Hi, my name is Nicola and we're here today in Cork in association with the Irish Sepsis Foundation. What we're trying to do today is just gauge the knowledge and understanding of the public and see how we can improve it. Let's go check it out. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thank you. Do you mind if I ask you what your name is?
Connor.
Connor. Hi, Connor. I'm Nicola. So we're just here today just to be discussing the public's understanding of sepsis. Do you know anything about it at all?
A little bit, yes. Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask what you do know?
It's like your body's systemic response to an infection, inflammatory response in your body. It's not good when it happens, especially if it's not recognised.
That's excellent that you know that. If you don't mind me asking, do you have any personal stories with family members that you know or friends that have had sepsis and had to go to hospital?
Not personally with family or friends, but I've seen it.
You have seen it?
Yeah.
So if somebody in your family was query sepsis, you would know the signs and symptoms, and what would you do if you thought that they had sepsis?
You basically need intravenous antibiotics straight away. You need cultures taken, bloods taken. You need to find out what the source of the infection is the primary problem.
Great.
And then treat it appropriately. But timing is everything.
Exactly. What do you think that the healthcare system can do for the public just to get more of an understanding of sepsis, get more knowledge out for the general public? What do you think that they could do?
Well, it's the same protocols that already exist in hospitals, just like there's systemic inflammatory response SIRS criteria that they have, just making people aware of them, and it's mainly the temperature spikes and the fevers that are occurring to keep an eye out for in the context of some source of an infection, like could be a stomach bug, could be a chest infection, it's a common one, or older people urinary tract infections, but it's looking out for a source of infection with that deterioration in symptoms. And then it's just get help as soon as possible.
Exactly.
Get to a medical professional, ideally A&E. And then within the hospital, then there's protocols have to be followed in terms of it being recognised on time and treated appropriately.
Excellent. Thank you. Do you mind if I ask what your names are?
Aaron.
Hi guys. Now, would you know anything about sepsis at all? Small bit. And what could you tell me a little bit more? What is it that you know?
I know you can pick it up from like rusty metal, stuff like that, if you're working on building sites or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually had to get a sepsis shot when I was working somewhere because of like rusty nails and stuff in case it gets into cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have any other signs, symptoms? Did you feel unwell? Can you remember it all during that time?
No, it was great.
No?
No, it was like the vaccine to stop me getting it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So you're saying you don't know much about it, which is absolutely fine. What do you think that our healthcare system could do to promote in order for the general public to know a little bit more?
Free shots for everyone.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it, really.
That's it?
Yeah, same.
Now, have you ever heard about sepsis over social media, the news, anything at all?
Not really.
Not really, no.
I've seen it advertised on the side of ambulances and stuff.
Yeah.
You know the signs and symptoms. That's about it.
Now, if I said to you that sepsis is a really, really dangerous condition, infection, would you think it is, or would you think that it's not as bad?
I know it's dangerous.
Dangerous?
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
And if one of your family members you thought had sepsis, what would you do?
So you go straight to the hospital.
Exactly.
Straight to the hospital.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much, guys.
My name is Dominic Cogan.
Hi, Dominic. I just want to ask just a few questions to see if you've any knowledge on the subject. Do you know anything about sepsis and how it impacts our healthcare system in Ireland?
Mostly what I know about sepsis is there's been a number of unfortunate incidents in the last few years where people have died because it wasn't picked up on quickly enough in hospitals or something.
Exactly. Yeah. And would you yourself know any signs and symptoms of sepsis?
Off the top of my head, I wouldn't. I know it's some kind of an infection of the blood, I think.
Would you think of it like anything else? Like, for example, if someone fell and they had a cut, would you be looking at that to see if it could get infected, to see if it could turn into anything else? Would you know any symptoms?
Not really, but I would be aware that there would be a risk around untreated cuts or something like that. But I wouldn't I wouldn't know how to recognise that necessarily. I wouldn't even know what the treatment is, but I do know that in the last years there have been some unfortunate instances where people have died who probably shouldn't have died because of it.
Exactly. Right. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
Good, thank you. What's your name?
Talita.
Oh, great. Nice to meet you, Talita. Now, can you tell me anything that you know about sepsis?
To be honest, I don't know much.
Okay. And would you have any idea if you could actually know the signs and symptoms of sepsis, or would you know nothing at all about it?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Okay. So in your opinion, how do you think the healthcare system can actually help and improve the knowledge and understanding of people who have sepsis or family members that would have sepsis?
I think it would help greatly because, as I'm saying, I don't know much about it, and I've heard more and more people sharing that they are going through it, and you go on your life and you just really forget to even look into things. So having more advertisement about it would actually help greatly, and even for people to look for assistance in case they're going through the symptoms themselves.
That was absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, yourself?
Good, thank you. Do you mind if I ask what your name is?
Brian.
Great. So hi, Ryan. So what we're here today is just to see the knowledge and understanding of the public for sepsis. Do you know anything about sepsis at all?
No, zero.
Nothing. And have you ever had any family members with sepsis or any stories that you're aware of with people going into hospital?
No.
No. Okay. That's absolutely fine. So what do you think the HSE need to do in order for people of the public to be more aware of sepsis?
They probably need to broadcast it more so people understand it and know more about it.
Yeah.
They can do the research on it.
And if there was more available, like more knowledge available, would you like to know about sepsis and know the signs and symptoms to help people?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Great.
100%, yeah.
Great. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank
Hi,
you.
how are you?
Great, thank you.
Great. And do you mind if I ask what your name is?
Catherine O'Reilly.
Hi, Catherine. So what we're here today for is just to talk about sepsis, seeing the public's understanding of it. Do you mind if I ask, do you know anything about sepsis at all?
Very little.
Very little, okay.
Except what I do know, a friend of my daughter's
Yes.
would say on one week she was out playing football, having a great game. 1 week after, she was admitted to hospital. And just after that, she died of sepsis.
Oh, God, I'm very sorry.
I'm not sure.
It's very sad, yeah. Yeah, and now in relation to that very sad story, of course, very, very sad, do you think that the healthcare system could improve the knowledge, promoting knowledge and understanding of sepsis?
There's always room for promotion of that, especially with people like me.
Yes.
I'm sure there are lots like me.
Yeah. And do you have any suggestions you think that the government or the healthcare system could take forward?
I'm sure they have enough suggestions already. I can well imagine. Just maybe inform us.
Yes.
Maybe more. I'm not sure.
Great. Thank you very much. Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Do you mind if I ask what your name is?
Michael.
Michael. Hi, Michael. So we're just here today just to get the perspective of just the everyday person about their awareness for sepsis. Do you know anything about it at all?
A small bit, yeah.
A small bit.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask what your profession is?
I'm a doctor, so.
Oh, fantastic. The best person to ask now. So what do you think the public's perspective is sepsis? Do you think that there's a good awareness? Do you think there's good promotion for it so people know the signs and symptoms?
I guess I think the public know that sepsis is, can be a dire, situation, but I guess they don't know exactly what it is. They think it's a disease in itself that someone can contract in hospital or contract before hospital, instead of what it actually is, I suppose,
And now, in your opinion, how do you think, the people in the hospital, all the staff there, could promote more awareness for sepsis?
Well, definitely media campaigns and social media campaigns, and, recognising the early signs of it. Sepsis is an infection got out of control, basically. So if you catch it early, basically promoting the public to recognise, infection can get dire, basically.
And if you don't mind me asking, do you have any personal stories in relation to sepsis with your own family or people that you know?
No, thankfully, no. I suppose I first encountered sepsis as a medical student, and in the hospitals, which is lucky. But I suppose, once, everyone has an older relationship with the hospital with pneumonia or something, and they would probably technically come under the term of being septic in hospital, but their family members might never have known that. So I suppose everyone does actually know someone who has contracted sepsis.
Thank you so much for your time.
No problem.